You guys, if you couldn't already tell from my first video reacting to and discussing the gameplay demo for the upcoming life simulation game Inzoi, I am very excited for this thing. Don't worry, I've been reading the comments. You guys seem very, very interested in this, so I'm going to cover it. I'm not going to commit to covering it forever, but I'm going to continue covering it for now and just kind of scope out general interest over time, see how many people come and tune into these videos, of course how they stand with Paralyzed and Life by You updates on the channel, and I will have more videos in the near future discussing what we know so far with confirmed features for this life sim, but this video is going to be a little different. So the developers have posted kind of like a little interview video post-announcement, kind of talking about the Easter eggs and little mini details, things that maybe you didn't know after watching the official gameplay demo, and I'm going to be kind of recapping that and discussing it with you. Of course, it was in Korean, but thankfully there were closed captions, so I've taken some notes and we're gonna have a little bit of a discussion today. So from what I can tell, I'm a little bit sad in regards to the cat. I guess maybe I jumped the gun and made an assumption that we're getting pets and we're gonna have pet customization, or at least have cats a part of the game, but it seems like pets are likely not coming with the base game, at least at launch. The developers confirmed that the cat that you see in the gameplay demo, the one during the character creation segment and the one that's at the very beginning of the gameplay demo, is the in quotes boss of the company. So the human playing the game, that could be me, that could be you, the consumer. When I say the game, I mean Inzoi, the life simulation game. When you and I are playing the game and controlling these characters or Zois, you or I, we are the employees. The very beginning of the gameplay demo is making sense now. It starts off with text messages letting you know you have been accepted as an intern at AR. Failure to report by 3 p.m. today will result in disqualification. We strongly urge you to adhere to this timeline. So you are being called into work to simulate life as the employee. It starts off with the cat, which is supposed to represent the boss of the company. You work for the cat. You and the cat are going up the elevator to the top of the sky to sit down at the computer to create these characters and live out their lives. They kind of mention in this interview that you are God in a way, or a god. And that's definitely one way that life simulation games can be described. You are God, and you are basically creating and controlling everything. And I love the way that they put that in this gameplay demo. You're up in the sky as a god, looking down, controlling everything. I think it's so interesting. I love that they did that. So knowing this information kind of confirms, unfortunately, that cats or create a pet or just pets in general are likely not coming into the game. You kind of see the cat there because it's part of the branding for the life simulation game. Think of the cat as kind of like the plumb bob for The Sims. It's going to be an iconic symbol that when you see it, you will know this stands for Inzoi. I actually really like that because we saw the cat here and there throughout the gameplay demo. So now moving on to new information confirmed in this live stream, and yeah, I know I don't have as much as maybe you guys want, but like I say, we're starting small. We will get there with time. Maybe in a couple days, I'll make a really deep video kind of giving you guys a huge bullet point list of everything confirmed so far. But in this interview, it is obviously confirmed there are firefighters and you can work as one, because these are also confirmed jobs that you can play as well. They mentioned cashiers. We saw that in the gameplay demo, and an option to become an in quotes idol. So pretty much straight off the bat, already incorporating a get to work type expansion pack, and I guess in some sort of way a Showtime or Superstar-esque pack in the base game. And I really love that they did that. I'm sure they're gonna flesh out on that more, and we're gonna learn more about that with time. time as more gameplay and info is posted, but just the fact that active careers are even considered for a base game, for a game that looks this amazing and has this much hype, is very promising. One segment of this interview references developer level tools being made available directly in-game. They've made it apparent that creativity is one of the most important aspects to them with Inzoi, and their goal is to make these developer level tools available to players directly in-game. One example of this is actually shown in the gameplay demo, and they talk about it a little. AI textures in-game. Remember the brief scene where you could see them placing panda artwork as bed sheets on the bed? Well, this is that AI texture tool in action, and I'm sure there are many like it. So even if you're not really diving into this for the life simulation gameplay depth aspect and just want to build or customize things, you will be able to unleash your creativity because they are going to really focus on giving developer level tools. Now, going a little deeper into the Zois themselves in terms of personality and other aspects, they've mentioned that with how the game is structured, Zois are simulated from the moment they are born. Even if their appearance is the same, all other aspects such as personality, temperaments, preferences, values, and more are randomly generated. And get ready for this number, guys. They state there are over 200 variables being simulated simultaneously, and that is just in the base game, by the way. So I'm sure if there are DLCs, if there are packs, if there are updates, that number is likely going to multiply. But with that being said, the outcomes are almost always going to be different. There are endless possibilities. We got a little taste of the world coming with the game, but they talk a little more on worlds in this interview as well. They mentioned that there are at least 3 cities planned for the future that they are working on. These include, but are not limited to, maps inspired by the United States or countries in Europe as well. They also do reveal that next they plan to develop a map in Southeast Asia. I find the timing of that to be pretty cool considering we're finally getting a Southeast Asian inspired world in The Sims 4. So you guys already know I am 100% here for things that are non-North American, but seeing as this is a Korean-based studio, I didn't expect anything North American based, especially in terms of maps or worlds, but it's nice to know that there is a USA inspired one at least planned. I think this is a very smart move on their end too, because if it hasn't already, it will definitely pique interest over here in the US of A and hopefully continue to build their player base. They also went into depth about how they plan on reading and implementing feedback, and I think giving players the game early as a demo, specific content creators. Unfortunately, I missed my deadline, which is completely my fault. Crafton, if it's not too late, my emails are open. I would love to play and share my feedback. I really like their approach to improving the game and collecting feedback. They've shared that they are looking at not just what these content creators that have gotten to play the game early, but those who are talking about it on social media and commenting on this content, or they're reading those things and those suggestions, and they want to improve the game for its launch. I wasn't really sure about this one, but they also did confirm in this interview that they have been working on Inzoi for at least 1 year. And with them planning to launch this thing late 2024, this kind of did raise some questions with me. And honestly, if I'm being real with you, I do kind of see it as a red flag. You know, my first thoughts are, how big is their studio? How many people do they have working on this game? Because it's been a year since they started development and we have 1 year until they're done. That sounds like 2 full years of developing a extremely ultra realistic life simulation game. It kind of sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? You then start wondering, okay, well then what's going to be left out of the base game? How deep is this gameplay really going to go? So I don't want to jump to any conclusions yet. It's possible maybe they have a big team, a very, very large team, bigger than the team over at Max's working on The Sims. Don't know that for certain, just saying it's a possibility, but I guess we'll find out more with time, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did end up delaying the launch until 2025, and honestly, if that was the case, I wouldn't be upset at all, because at the end of the day, I know you guys probably want the best game possible just just like I do. So if that ends up happening, then it is what it is. But I'm interested in hearing your thoughts about the game, and with this information shared in this video as well, that's really all I have for you guys right now. I just wanted to cover this latest interview. I'm probably going to go back and really get a gist of exactly what is coming with this upcoming life sim. But for now, that's it for me. Share your thoughts and opinions below. Are you excited? Does this pique your interest? Leave as many comments as you need below, and of course, I'll be reading your opinions. Take care, guys. So long, and happy life simming.